welcome to Pluribus Fireside Chats. Not as good as FDR's, but hey, it's something. Now, if this episode sounds weird or anything like that, it's because I have just gotten a brand new computer, and I've had to, set up a bunch of crap onto it. I've had to literally, drag all the files from the old computer to this one, and not even all of them, just the important ones, Photoshop, Audacity, and a new editing software, because Cyberlink Power Director hasn't exactly been it's been fine for when I had it on that computer, but then I tried to put Power Director on this one, and this computer, they have a dreaded watermark, so I ain't necessarily no watermarks for me. I had to get a new one, and I have to learn how to use that one, because there are a lot of things about that one that are good, and a lot of things that are bad. Good, unlimited, layers. Bad, no color board options, so it's gonna be a bit, this one's gonna be harder. It's weird, it's weird, I took the Fireside Chats, intro just to put it in there. It's a cool effect, I guess, but it's I put it down there, and it was squeezed a bit, so then I stretched it out. I'm like, can I stretch it out? Okay, I can stretch it out. But then when I played it to look back, turns out it didn't stretch it out all the way. It stretched it out at the end, where I stretched it out, but it made a video effect where it shows that the video was stretching, and it's I guess that could be an interesting thing, but I just wanted it to be full screen. I don't see why you squeezed it. Nothing wrong with the file, I don't think. Okay, but anyways, that's a bit of the tangent. It's not really main topic of the video. Now here's the thing. I thought I had more stories here, but it turns out I actually don't have that many. I legit thought I had more, because I'm pretty sure more things happened, but I don't really remember anything really notable happening aside from these 3 stories. I guess maybe I'll talk a little bit about more of the COVID bill, because the COVID bill has been getting a bit more attention. So first, let's talk a little bit about the COVID bill. Turns out Donald Trump is also in agreement on $2,000, and Nancy Pelosi is calling his bluff. That's all I really got to say. It failed in the idea of a unanimous consent, but it's slated to go for a vote, so we'll just have to wait and see how things play out in that regard. Will it win a vote? Will it not win a vote? If it's a Democrat-dominated House, so it'll probably win a vote, and they just wanted to save the Republicans the trouble of voting against it. But Nancy's just Nancy. Okay, so anyways, here's the official first story. Virginia lawmaker introduces bill to repeal private sector right-to-work protections. And we'll get to how that's worded in a second here. A Virginia lawmaker has introduced legislation that would repeal the state's right-to-work protections for private sector employees. Virginia law prohibits labor union agreements with an employer that would require a person to join a union as a condition of employment. The law prohibits a union from having a monopoly on employment for any enterprise, and prohibits agreements that would bar non-union members from working at an enterprise. Legislation to be continued during the 2021 legislative session would repeal these protections on private sector employees. The protections would still be intact for public sector employees because of Janus v. AFN SCME ruling, which ruled that these rights were constitutionally protected for public sector workers. House Bill 1755, which would repeal the private sector protections, was filed by Delegate Lee Carter. Similar legislation was introduced earlier this year, but failed to pass the General Assembly, with opposition from Republicans and some moderate Democrats. So, you see how that's worded? That article words right to work as, a good thing, but, it's always worded in this sense. It's always worded right to work laws mean that it's a good thing because you don't need to join a union if you don't want to. But that's not exactly what right-to-work laws do. Here's literally right. It says right here. Right-to-work laws refers to state laws that prohibit union security agreements between employers and labor unions. Under these laws, employees in unionized workplaces are banned from negotiating contracts which require all members who benefit from the union contract to contribute to the cost of the union representation. Basically, it makes it so that unions don't have power. A right-to-work law literally just makes it so that unions just don't have power. They don't. Because it makes it so that people who try to join a union can't necessarily, negotiate properly. It's like the whole pro-life versus pro-choice argument. It's not pro-life. It's anti-choice. That's what you are. It's not a right to work. It's, you're... In fact, it's a stupid law because it's a stupid name because a right to work law would insinuate that a person would have the right to work. But no. The same people who would push for right to work laws are the same people who push against a federal jobs guarantee. Like, it's seriously, and good on Lee for introducing it, because I think it might be one of the last bills that he introduces if he decides to run for governor, which would be pretty cool. I got a new computer, so I can add endorsements to my website more frequently. Lee, hit me up if you want to get my endorsement. I'll give you my endorsement, buddy. Okay, so anyways, the second story is coming from Mexico. I'm actually going to have two stories in regards to this, because one is going to be directly regarding to the story, and the second one is just going to be me continuing an analysis from a previous video. You see, here's a very interesting thing that is happening. You see, if you know anything about any countries, is that a majority of countries have a sort of equal time rule. I don't think America is like this, or they're kind of sort of like this. Basically, the idea is America isn't like this in one regard. You see, in America, you have to literally pay for commercial time. In regards to advertisements, in a lot of other countries, they pretty much guarantee that your party or your candidate gets airtime. In the UK, they literally give you, like in your constituency, they'll literally give you, 10 minutes on whatever network you want to be on, and you can just spiel your platform. And Mexico is similar. Every single candidate and every single party gets a certain allotted number of advertisements that they can do. The current number is 469,000 TV spots on radio and TV for each party to, spiel their platform, run whatever ads they want, or a candidate run ads, etc., etc. The Morena is doing something interesting. You see, since there is a coronavirus pandemic, AMLO and Mario Delgado and Morena in general have decided that they're going to give away all of their advertising space just so people can be more informed of the virus. They're giving their advertisement space away and instead allowing things regarding public health to be aired instead. And AMLO and Mario Delgado are calling on the remaining candidates and parties to do the exact same, because they're saying, this is a pandemic. We are trying to show people that we legitimately care about them, and we can put politics aside, and we can just try to get people more informed in regards to health and all this stuff. The other parties have yet to respond to these claims, but, it just shows good on AMLO and Morena for doing this. Speaking of AMLO and Morena, things are officially going to a head in regards to the, 2021 elections. You see, the battle lines are being drawn, the coalitions are being formed, and currently, the coalitions are now official. On one side, you have Morena, the Labour Party, and the Mexican Green Party, who have formed a coalition called Juntos Hacemos Historia, or Together We Make History, which is a continuation of AMLO's last coalition, Together We Will Make History. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have PRD, PRI, and PAN, who have formed a coalition called all united against Morena, or Todos Unidos contra Morena. But their weird abbreviation is tumor. They've chosen to abbreviate it tumor. Very interesting development, but okay. But there's one noticeable absence. The citizens movement, or Movimiento Naranja. You see, it seems that they aren't really forming any coalitions. They're going to be going it alone for a majority of elections. You see, and you can see it in like other races. The coalitions sort of follow down to the lower levels. Like Morena and PT or PVM might be in a coalition. There's some notable exceptions. Like there's one state where PVM is just not going to be working with PT or Morena because Morena and PT are literally saying the guy who is the PVM candidate is literally a corrupt moron, so we will never work with him. And in Nuevo Leon, the PAN won't be running a candidate with, PRD and PRI because they actually have a shot of winning that governorship on their own. But overall, the citizens movement doesn't seem to be picking a side in this battle. And I think there's sort of a reason for that. You see, the citizens movement, they're waiting to see where the wind blows. They're waiting to see which direction they're going to go. Like, will AMLO win? Or will he lose? Will the coalition have a leg to stand on? Because they went against AMLO before, but also it seems that they're also trying to push something through the AMLO administration. They've been trying to position themselves as the party that can be, push for, legalization of marijuana. And they're now also trying to push, like you see, they're the feminist, younger people party. So maybe they want to position themselves to, address AMLO's concerns. This may be a good sign or a bad sign. I don't know. I'd say keep my skepticism about them, but just keep an eye out on them. Okay, so the last story is coming from California. They have officially decided who will be Kamala Harris's replacement. Alex Padilla, the incumbent Secretary of State of California. You see, the one thing that clearly has won out is, you see, the identity politics angle of this was, Gavin Newsom, he couldn't appoint anybody. He had to appoint someone, he was basically drawn to two people. Well, three, I guess. He was drawn to either appoint Alex Padilla, Karen Bass, or Barbara Lee. It was one of those three. He had to appoint one of those three. Either keep a black woman in the Senate, or appoint California's first Latino senator. And as we can see, who won out? Padilla is, of course, not a really left-leaning individual. He's sort of more of a moderate Democrat. I think he's been identified with two labels on Wikipedia: moderate Democrat or a technocrat. And the technocratic label literally is them explaining he licks his fingers and see where the wind blows, either with the progressive wing or with the establishment wing of the party. He's endorsed establishment-leaning candidates, but he's also endorsed some more progressive-leaning candidates. Like in the 2016 election, he openly endorsed Ro Khanna's bid to primary sitting Democratic incumbent Mike Honda, to which I hope that doesn't mean Ro might sit this one out. I think this might be an indication Ro sits this one out. I really hope not, because I'm not seeing really anything from Padilla that indicates that he should be the senator. And I mean, it's not even like he's going to, he's openly stated he's running for the full term. He wants to continue his, tenure. But if Ro sits this one out, that'll be kind of lame. But hey, we'll probably get, someone I don't know, Jess Phoenix, Allison Hartson. But I mean, I really wanted Ro because Ro would have been able to win. But, I mean, let's just see how things play out. Let's hope that Rose doesn't say, like, thanks for the endorsement, buddy. I'll send this one out for you. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, now let's move on to the main topic of this video. The plans for this channel for 2021. Alright, then. That was I don't know why I forgot that for some reason. Anyways, this channel, of course, will, we're gonna, for the most part, stay the course. And I actually do have, I literally have a video script ready. Not video script, but yes, video scripts, but videos for, the whole schedule for video ideas for 2021 all laid out. And I don't mean tiny little bits. No. Every single Thursday I have the list ready. You see, because this year was kind of I was planning to be a bit more formal in regards to my video thingy, my video schedule, because in 2019 it was a bit hectic in regards to my video schedule. Things shifted and a lot of blah blah blah. But I'm trying to make things a bit more streamlined. I'm writing videos ahead of time so that when things finally come to the point where I get to make them, the script is ready, it'll probably be recorded, blah blah blah, and I can edit them and upload them literally right before, when I first started this channel, literally I was making videos and then I would be uploading them the day before they come out. Not even the day before. I mean, literally it'd be 12 a.m. The video is going to come out at 10, and I mean, it's kind of close, and then I'll go to bed. Plus, 2020 was, 2019, 2020, not exactly my years, I guess you could say. I mean, I didn't let that stop me. I mean, it almost stopped me, but it didn't. Move forward, continue on with the plan. The show must go on. Basically trying to keep things into momentum, keep things down, keep things rolling. I don't want to give away the videos that will come out in 2021, because on my Discord server I literally posted a full schedule of the videos that were going to come out in 2020 at one point. But I'm not going to do that for 2021. But I'm going to give some hints in regards to the video schedules that are, what videos will be coming out. For one, of course, there's a brand new series that I am doing, Politics in Media. That's one series that will be focused heavily on this in this year. But a second thing will be the idea of requests. I'll be doing a whole lot more requests this year. And lastly, this year will feature a decently left-wing bend in regards to my main series videos. Those are all my hints for the main series videos. The highly edited, they stuff that, I put effort into. I edit them and I put everything into them. Not saying I don't do that for my podcast or anything like that, but it's a whole lot more time consuming to get things done in the certain format that, this is just me sitting in a microphone and talking for a little bit. Sometimes I just pause and leave for a second and then come back and then just get back in the groove. But, for the most part, I'm trying to get those done a bit more. Make sure the video, because I guarantee you that the videos that I'm making, they're not bad. I mean, they're pretty good. I had a lot of fun making them, 100%. I was literally having so much fun writing the videos that I legit forgot for a second, wait, hold on. These are all supposed to be released this year, right? And I found out, no, I had enough video scripts that it literally leaked into 2022. That's a pretty interesting development. Okay, we got those out of the way. What about in regards to my podcasts? Well, the podcast will be pretty much the same. I don't foresee not much change. There might be some change, but I don't foresee really anything big. Of course, what we're focusing on will be slightly different because 2020 we had a presidential election that sort of held the glue that pretty much held the timeline together. Now that we don't have that for 2021, the focus might be a bit more all over the place. And we'll try to focus it with other things, There are a couple of gubernatorial races this year that I'm going to have to be focusing on. The New York City mayoral race, the special elections for the House of Representatives, and of course, down in Mexico, we're going to be focusing a little bit on the Mexican, elections and seeing how things go around there. Because, let's be honest, those might feature a lot more victories than we have in the United States. Might have a decent amount of victories in the United States, but Mexico will have a probably decent, a whole lot more victories. Another thing that I am going to try and do is, since they finally have, my computer all fixed up. You see, this is something I kind of wanted to do the last year, but then my computer literally just decided, no. I wanted, since it was COVID year, I was stuck in the house for literally pretty much the entire year doing nothing. So I was like, hey, maybe I can use this time to go on more other people's shows, to let more people come on my show, see how things play out. Then my computer was like, no. So I didn't get to do that as much. 2021, that might change. I plan on going on a lot more people's shows. I don't know. They're free to invite me, I guess. Problem with this is that sometimes I have to ask people to be on the shows, and I'm like, please, may I come on your show? No, it's okay. And the same thing goes for interviews. It's easier to do it with people that I've already done it with. Going on Niall's show a million other times. That'll probably be... that'll be a lot more easy than just going on a bunch of new people's shows and inviting a bunch of new people on my show. Because, I don't know. Even people I do, already have do talk shows with and stuff. I still get, the pre-show jitters, I guess. Weird. I don't get it with this show because I don't really care. But, I don't know, other shows because, they do it a lot more live. Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. I might actually do a live stream at one point in the future, I guess. But I don't know. Since I got a new computer, I have to resituate OBS to do all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. So I might be doing a live stream, maybe not. Maybe if I get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, I might do a live stream. Sure. You see, set it to an impossible standard so that people won't actually be able to get what they want. And another weird thing that I kind of want to do is I don't know, for some reason, even though I have the anxiety and the, all that stuff, I kind of want to be a bit of a debate bro. I've tried to get people to debate me, and they're like, come on bro, debate me. You won't debate me, you won't. And then they don't respond, and then I get to be like, phew, yeah, I don't actually have to debate somebody. Phew. But yeah, back to the sort of interview aspect. I kind of want to bring more people on my show to do interviews. But the problem is, I don't know. I set this weird high standard in regards to who I interview and who I don't interview. And the way I interview people is a bit more formal, and I don't want to waste people's time, and it's I don't know. Put in this weird position where I want to do more things, but then I also am like, but I don't. It's buddy, pick one. It's easier for me to be on more people's shows, to be honest, because, I'm the guest. They're the host. I'm not the one who's supposed to be the one who's in charge of, like, if the show goes dead or not. That's not my concern. I'm just the guest. But, I would like to have more people on as guests on my show as well. The problem with that is, of course, there are people who flake. That's just the truth. People flake. I invited a heck of a ton of candidates from the 2020 election to come on my show, and not a lot of them showed up. Like, I invited, a bunch of libertarian candidates on, Adam Kokesh and Kim Ruff. And then I invited Albert Lee, who was running against Earl Blumenauer, on the show. I invited Elijah Manley, and he was pretty damn close to coming on my show. But it didn't happen. I don't understand why. They literally we'll come on the show. And then 3 months later, I'm like, hey, I'm getting mad at Kim Ruff for not coming on my show. And she's like, wait, no one got in contact with you? And I'm like, no. I don't hold that against them, but, I'm just saying that puts Hector Oseguera a little bit higher in the books than you guys. Just saying. This is probably going to be a shorter episode because I don't really know what else I should really say. Oh, and I guess I would probably want to write more articles, but I just haven't had the time, and I've just been when I feel like I want to write an article, it's just no, I don't. You know how it is sometimes, just I'd rather not. So yeah, be on the lookout for videos coming in 2021, because they're going to be a doozy. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that bell to be notified if a future video mine comes out. And if you're interested in more content from me, you can go to my website, follow me on Twitter, join me on Discord, or check out my articles on the Independent Political Report.